Hello fashion lovers, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making this beautiful dress. It's an inverted pleat and it has a collar. I shared the tutorial into two, one for cutting and then one for sewing. And please, if you've not subscribed, please remember to subscribe and turn up the notification bell so that when I post anything you will be the first to know. Alright, so we're going to be starting. First of all, the dress does not have a half length, it's a full gown from up to down, and it has button in front. So what we're going to do is we're going to be ruling out 1 inch in front of our paper. You have to cut this with a paper, if not your fabric will waste. You have to start cutting with a paper. So as you can see, I came out from the beginning of the paper by 1 inch. We are going to use that 1 inch as our button allowance. Take note, we are using it as our button allowance. So the measurements we are working with, everything is jotted down. The shoulder we are using a shoulder of 17 inches. Shoulder of 17 inches. I always rule 2 lines so that my line will be straight. I always make it double so that when I connect it, I'm sure that it will be a straight line. Then the armhole depth we are using is 8 inches. I mark it again so that if I connect it, I will get a very straight line, 8 inches. The half length that we are going to be using for this dress is 17 inches. And from that 17 inches, you mark your 8 inches, which is your waist to hip measurement. So I'm marking it again like I told you people so that I can get very straight lines. The half length we're using is 17 inches and the waist to hip measurement is 8 inches. So now we are going to be doing our neckline. The neckline we are using is 3 inches. Remember our shoulder slope 1 inch. We're going to connect it to the 3 inches on the neck. And the neck depth we're using, since it's a V-neck, we're using 8. You can use more than 8, but I want to use 8 because my client wants it to be decent. You rule it like so. You rule it to the edge of the paper. Connect it directly. Then we look for the middle point of our armhole, come out by half an inch. We impute our bust measurement. Now we want this dress to be an oversized dress because it has rope that will snatch it at the back. So all our measurements, we are going to add 4. We are going to add 4 to all our measurements. The bust we are using is 38, so we are going to add 4 inches to it to make it 42. Then we divide it by 4. The waist measurement we are using is 32. We are going to also add 4 to it, making it 36. After marking that 36, we'll now add our normal 2 inches for seam allowance. The hip measurement we are using is 46. Add 4 to it to make it 50. Then divide it and then add our seam allowance. Take note, we are adding 4 inches because it's a free dress. We want it to be free. Then we'll now use the belt to snatch it at the waist. So that is why we added all the 4 inches to make it oversized. I hope you understand. To make it oversized. Now this hip measurement is the same thing we are going to take on the length. Take note that this is not the total length of my customer's body, but I'm limited by the paper, so I will end where the paper ended. When I'm transferring it to fabric, I will add my extra length. Now we are done with the major work. It's time for us to create the dart. So we take our nipple to nipple measurement. I'm using 4.25 for her. I'm not using 4 inches. She doesn't have small breast. 4.25, and always make sure you take your measurement from that 1 inch button allowance. Don't start from the beginning. So now I connect that 4 inches nipple to nipple measurement from up to down, from top to bottom. The dart is going to go all the way down. Our shoulder to nipple measurement, because you need all that to create the dart. Our shoulder to nipple measurement that we are using is 10.5, and the under bust measurement is 13.5 and 10.5. Shoulder to nipple 10.5, under bust 13.5. Now we are going to remove only half inch. Only half inch. Please take note, we are not removing up to 1 inch. Only half inch we are removing from the waist and the under bust. Locate the middle of the armhole and connect it straight to the shoulder to nipple point. Straight, as you see me do. Connect from that point to the half inch, to the half inch on the under bust and on the half length. Please make sure to follow everything I am doing. If you have questions, you can always drop it at the comment section. Now you are going to thin it out to the hip measurement. Thin it out to the hip measurement. You are not removing anything on the hip. Please take note. Alright, now on the armhole, we are going to take off half inch on each side so that we'll grab the excess there. Half inch, and then we connect it to blend it out. Now we are going to extend that lower line by 1 inch to make up for the dart that was taken, so that it will not be short when you're trying to connect, when you're trying to sew it. So we added 1 inch and we blended it back to the armhole measurement. Please take note. So now this is where we are going to cut off, and that's it for the front drafting. Now try to blend this place so that your shoulder, so that your bust point will not be so pointy. Try to blend it so that it will not be difficult for you to sew when you are sewing it. It's time for us to cut out. Please watch the way I'm going to cut it. It's very important for you to watch it so that you will not cut the places you are not supposed to cut. So after cutting it out, now we are going to add the pleat, the inverted pleat. Get a plain sheet of paper. We want our pleat to be 6 inches wide. You can make your own more than 6 inches, but 6 inches is what I want to work with. So what we are going to do is we are going to bring that material and put it on the half length and use our sellotape to attach it. Watch carefully what I'm going to do. We are going to attach it with our masking tape on the half length. You attach from the half length down to the bottom, from the half length down to the bottom of the dress. You can cut off the excess after you finish attaching. Now from that place we attached, we are now going to use our tape to measure 6 inches because I want exactly 6 inches. We're going to use our tape to measure 6 inches, and it is on that 6 inches line that will now place the second part of our front. Do you understand? So we'll now bring the second part still on that half length. Please take note, still on that half length, and attach it there. Attach it there. Some people can decide to come down from their half length by 1.5 inch and start their pleat from there, but I wanted to do mine to start from exactly the half length. So you can do yours to start below the half length, whichever one you want to do. Just make sure that you attach your extra paper on that line that you decide to use. And now cut it out. So this is what we are going to use to cut on our fabric. We are going to cut 2 of it. We put our fabric on fold. Our fabric is on fold because it's a shirt and it has button in front, so that's why we are cutting it in 2 parts, one for the left, one for the right. Now, like I told you, the length of the gown I'm working with, the paper was not enough, so this is me adding extra length so that it will get to the actual length I am looking for. So whatever length you want, please add it if your paper is not enough to accommodate. So after doing that, I'm going to cut it out. Please take note, when you're cutting this, try to use pins and hold it down. Use pins and hold it down so that it does not move. It's going to be a bit tricky to cut inside, so I have to turn it so that you people will see what I'm doing. When cutting this place, cut 1/4 inch allowance. Keep 1/4 inch allowance that you will use to join it. 1/4 inch. You see it? I left 1/4 inch allowance on all of them, on that part, so that I will use it to cut it. Now for the front, please remember to shear your front into 2. Remember to cut it into 2 because that is where the button is going to be. So now we are going to be cutting the back of the dress. The back of the dress is just normal. There is no pleat on the back of the dress. It's just the front. So we are rolling the length of the gown. There is no zip allowance because there is button in front. So right now we are going to impute all the normal measurements, your shoulder measurement, your armhole, and like I told you people before, this dress we are doing it as oversized, so we added 4 inches to the normal body measurement. If the bust is 38, you add 4 inches, making it 42. Then you divide it by 4 inches, impute it, and then add 2 inches for seam allowance. Everything we did in front is what we are doing at the back, just that this time around the back is not carrying any dart. The back is not going to carry any dart because there is going to be a belt at the waist to snatch it at the back. So there is no need of adding any form of dart at the back. So impute all your measurements. Remember, we added 4. You can do yours to be slim fitted, depends on what you have, depends on what you want. So this is me connecting the lines after adding all the body measurements. I'm sorry you may not be able to see the lines I'm drawing because the fabric is bright and I don't have a red chalk. If not, I would have used a red chalk for you so that you can see better what I'm doing. The back neck, I used 1 inch. Please take note, 1/3, depth of 1 inch, and the width is 3 inches wide, just as I did in the front. I did only 1 inch because it's going to be a collar. There's going to be a collar on the neck. So that's it for this one. Please remember to subscribe, hit the like button. Thank you.